Power and gender. The term power bears a variety of definitions, but it generally defines the ability to have an impact or create an effect. Power, according to Cannell, perceived as being relatively advantaged, then identifies a core in the structure of gender, where authority is disputably connected to masculinity. He further emphasized that gender is not simply a sorting mechanism. Instead, it is a type that places people on different stages of society's hierarchy.
We decided to choose Facebook and Twitter as the chosen social media platform. Facebook was launched on February 4, 2004 by Mark Zuckerberg and his Harvard college roommates. Till this day, there are around 2.375 billion monthly active users of Facebook. As the topic we'll be discussing, gender inequality, Twitter might have been one of the best options, as by far it has more male users 70% and female users 30%. Twitter is a microblogging platform that allows you to send and receive short messages known as tweets. Tweets are limited to 140 characters and can include links to relevant websites and resources. Most people use Twitter to express their own opinions and thoughts. To obtain the best result, we have used multimodal analysis as the method for us to study the portrayal of gender inequality in social media. For our study, we tend to analyze and look at different parts of media text, particularly written text and images. According to Goffman, in 1979, there are 6 categories of women's portrayal in advertisement. We decided to select only 2 out of the 6 categories, which are function ranking and family scenes.
The concept of function ranking, organizational culture has been referred to as a complex structure management, with Acker emphasizing that it indicates the requirement of powerful men. In this case, women's standings is controlled by men and considered as a subordinate, thus viewing them as less assertive. As many have aware, sex role has remained as the fundamental category about gender, progressively slipping under role rubric. In the context of the family, women's concerns are heavily influenced by the expectation that they care for the young and those who need care. Therefore, with the family and sex role combined, the definite focus is women perceived as wives and mothers. Findings on the Twitter discourse, there are general concerns about the gender roles in the workplace among some users. A Twitter user, who is also a public figure, voiced out on how men are evaluated on their potential, while women evaluated on their past performance, leading to a few comments under her thread agreeing with her statement. The topic of feminism is also not disregarded in this discourse. In fact, strongly voiced out and discussed, quoting this one tweet, "Women shouldn't be de facto subordinate to men in society, including in family and workplace."
There are also a high number of postings that portray the concept of function ranking in Facebook. Facebook users are more dominant in expressing their thoughts and opinion through images and videos. We can see in these postings, most of the messages are very clear and precise. Meanwhile, most of the Facebook status that evokes the issue of family scene is more in the form of writing. There are also many private Facebook groups that have been set up aimed at preserving the welfare of female users, as well as becoming the platform for the victims to seek for help.
There is still a notion of women presented as passive victim of structural force in the family concept. As this user tweeted, "Women's working hours lost due to personal/family reasons." And another user tweeted, "Working parents, especially women, will quit the workforce without options." This emphasized on a Bradley's statement on how changes at work can have consequences beyond the workplace. To conclude, Twitter users, regardless of gender, have spoken up about power and gender issues, particularly of gender role expectations at home and in the workplace. While occupational difference and family background possibly influence one's individuals and attitudes, the cohesion of the experience were notable, as in a woman facing job insecurities, increased workloads, problems over childcare, and sexism from powerful males.